Hello, everybody. A very good morning to all of you, and welcome once again to a session of spoken English and voice and accent training with Calcutta Talkies. And I'm, of course, Robert. We are now, of course, in the midst of the World Cup football, and that's why I'm not going to take up much of your time because this evening all of us, all of you, and including myself, will be very busy watching the quarterfinals of the World Cup. And of course, I'm looking forward to the matches between Portugal and Morocco. And of course, another match I would be looking forward to would be the one that England will be taking on the French. I mean, the English will be taking on the French. And of course, Brazil is there, who will be facing off with Croatia. Anyway, so today, my dear friends, I'm just going to give you all 5 very interesting words and the right, of course, the meaning of these words, and very importantly, the right way to pronounce them, the correct accent. Okay, so that's why we have in English speaking classes a training called, or in any BPO industry or anything you join, you have something called voice and accent training. So not only the word, the meaning, but you must also pronounce it correctly. Otherwise, it may have a different meaning altogether, maybe. So first and foremost, I'm going to give you these 5 words. If possible, try to note it down. The 5 words that we will talk about today, in short, is, or rather are, number 1, enigma. You listen to these 5 words, and then I will give you the meaning of these words, explain what it means. Okay? Word number 1, enigma. E-N-I-G-M-A. E-N-I-G-M-A. Enigma. Number 2, probably maybe it's a word that you may have heard, maybe hearing it for the first time, not all of you, but some of you. Kakistocracy. We have heard of democracy, we have heard of aristocracy. Now we have a word today called kakistocracy. I'll spell it for you. K-A-K-I-S, kakis, T-R, kakisto, K-A-K-I-S-T-O, K-A-S-K-I-T-O, kakistocracy, C-R-A-C-Y, kakistocracy. Then a third word, it's a double-barreled word, is drunken stupor. Drunken stupor. What does that mean? What the hell does that mean? We'll come to that. Spelling, drunken, like drink, D-R-U-N-K-E-N, must be seeing a lot of drunkards in the neighborhood. D-R-U-N-K-E-N, drunken, stupor, S-T-U-P-O-R, S-T-U-P-O-R, drunken stupor. Number 4, renegade, renegade, R-E-N-E-G-E. Oh, this is something which you'll be very familiar with. You'll come across among your friends or acquaintances, I would rather say. All right? People right around you. And finally, there's a term that is called bad mouth. Bad mouth. B-A-D, bad, M-O-U-T-H. And of course, I'm sorry, the fourth one, renegade, is R-E-N-E-G-E. R-E-N-E-G-E. So we have the 5 words: enigma, kakistocracy, drunken stupor, renegade, and bad mouth. Okay? Now, here we go. এই 5টি শব্দের মানে এবং সঠিক উচ্চারণ বানান আমি বলে দিয়েছি। আজকে বিশ্বকাপ, খালি আজকে না, এই আজ, কাল এবং কয়েকদিন আমরা সবাই খুবই ব্যস্ত থাকবো বিশ্বকাপ ফুটবল নিয়ে, সেজন্য সংক্ষিপ্তভাবেই আজকে যা আলোচনা সেরে ফেলছি। All right. So number one was, what was it, my dear friends? Enigma. Now, how do we use that? Okay, first I'll explain what it means. Enigma is a person or a thing which is mysterious, puzzling, or very difficult to understand, you know. So we can say, oh, he's an enigma, or she's an enigma. Very difficult to understand. It's complicated, or something that we even can't comprehend. That's an enigma. All right. Number two, cacistocracy. I've already given you the spelling. So cacistocracy, well, it's nothing to do, is far away from democracy. A system of government which is run by the worst, least qualified or capable people, and also the most, what shall I say, corrupt and unscrupulous citizens running the government. Rings a bell, very familiar with certain governments we have around the world, or maybe in our country too. Absolutely corrupt, unscrupulous, not fit to rule, but somehow they have come to power because of the type of people that have voted to power as well. Now, there's a word that is there, unscrupulous. Now, what does unscrupulous mean? Unscrupulous is a word I've used, UN, unscrupulous, SCRUPULOUS. Unscrupulous means people with no morals, no principles, no human values. I can only get what I want, selfish, das, amar holi holi. I don't care a damn. Okay? So that's what it means basically, cacistocracy, that kind of a government you have, remember, these kind of characters. Number three, drunken stupor, as said. Well, drunken stupor is like a semi-conscious state, like where what shall I say? Your senses are impaired, that you're not fully in your sense. It happens usually when you have had excess of alcoholic drink. You're drunk totally. You don't know what you're doing, like that. Dolce mata, drunk. If someone will push you, you'll go thap, sit down. Or you'll go, you'll fall. You don't know what you're talking about. Your words are how, like that you talk when you're drunk. So that's like a drunken stupor. Now, you can be in a drunken stupor as an expression. It's not necessarily that only drunkards are in a drunken stupor. It can happen due to an accident, due to a trauma. You can get into like that expression we use, like a drunken stupor. Suddenly you hit your head very hard. And your head is, I've had that myself. Everything was going round and round. So I was like in a drunken stupor for a few, maybe a minute or so. Okay? So you can use these expressions. And then we have this word called renegade, R-E-N-E-G-E, renegade. We refer to a person as a renegade type of a person is a person who goes back on his or her words, absolutely breaks promises, pretends to be the epitome of, honesty and truthfulness, but absolutely fraudulent. I mean, I won't say fraudulent, but somebody who does not keep his or her words. Will say something and will make that other person believe and trust that person, and then that person will change 360 degrees and giving all sorts of ridiculous excuses. Anyway, so remember that word. We can refer. You'll find a lot of people who are renegade type of characters around you, and then they'll think that you're the one at fault. These characters are like that. They will be failing in their commitments, and they will pretend as if it's your fault. Finally, we have another word that we have used is bad mouth. Well, the people who we refer to as a renegade are the same people who we refer to as bad mouth characters. Bad mouth, B-A-D-M-O-U-T-H. Bad mouth are people or persons, boys or girls, who will talk negatively about you behind your back. They don't have the guts to talk to you straight cut, honestly, straight. They'll pretend in front of you some image they'll give you, and then they will go and talk behind your back. Bad things, of course, not good things. But don't worry, you don't have to be bothered about such kind of characters, because these kind of characters who are like Renegade and badmouth types, as they themselves are not straightforward, in the long run, nobody actually cares a damn about them either. So anyway, my dear friends, I hope you enjoy the remaining football matches, and may the best team win, and let sports win, as I always say. But of course, my predictions are these three teams. Of these three teams, I think two would be in the finals. That is Portugal, England, and Brazil. Out of these three, two should be in the finals. Anyway, let's enjoy the game. But do remember these 5 words: Enigma, Kakistocracy, Drunken Stupa, Renegade, and Bad Mouth. That's all, my dear friends. Take care till we meet again. Bye bye.